Old Salt, Ron Thompson.
As a university graduate in sociology and a fellow of the Royal Anthropological Institute, Marion Gove may seem a trifle overqualified for the job of harbour master at Gourdon. But when you learn that she comes from a Newfoundland fisher family and speaks the language of the locals, albeit in an Eastern Canadian accent, then you realise that she's not really miscast at all. And when you add to that her marriage to a Gourdon man and her folksy manner in dealing with others, then you ask, why have they waited all this time before giving the job to a woman? Marion originally came to Scotland in 1969 to continue her work as a sociologist. Someone told her how the small Kincardine village of Gourdon was one of the last mussel-baited long-line fishing communities round the British coast. So she arrived as a postgraduate student, fell in love with the place, then with a local fisherman, and has been there since. But what resentment has her appointment as harbour master caused among the men?
Well, they tolerate me. They just tolerate me.
Now, what have been the problems then that you've had to overcome being a woman in this job?
Well, I've had to be in the wings and let the fishermen be centre stage.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's a superstition about women being on the piers when the boats go to sea. So I have to be very careful not to be here when they leave.
They must have been suspicious of you, after all, when you arrived here, because you came here as a sociologist.
I came here as a sociologist, but they weren't suspicious of me. They were very friendly because I came from Newfoundland, another fishing area.
Do you still study this community as a sociologist?
Yes, I do. This is the bird's eye view of the whole thing, being harbour master. I mean, I'm not being a harbour master for the money, but the thing in kind that I get out of it, being able to watch them at work and so on, is of worth gold to me.
And what are you going to do with all that information at the end of the day?
I have it planned in a series of books. Mostly to start out with children, because they've lost their heritage. The mothers never taught them how to bait or sheel in this generation. They've all left. All the children are geared to go into the cities.
Have you felt at all at any time over the past 2 years, while you've been harbour master here, that you really wanted to chuck the job and do something else?
No. Every day brings a different set of events.
As a woman in a man's world, it's important that you try, to a certain extent anyway, to be one of the boys, which sort of explains why Marion drops into the local for an odd half-pint and a chinwag with the fishermen. But how do they react to having a harbour mistress?
It's all right. No, it's okay. No complaints.
There's some things she's good at and some things she's not able for, I suppose. But
What are the things that she's not so able for?
I couldn't say.
Oh, pulling fenders out of the harbour and all this. There's tyres now and stays of the harbour, she's not fit for that. It's full of mud.
Are you going to spend the rest of your days here?
I am. I'm going to be taken out in